It seems like nothing special. Another drone flying around. But all of a sudden it falls into the water. Is there a malfunction? Don't panic. This is an amphibious drone that feels no less confident in the water than in the air. Surprisingly, this project is the work of a team of 8 Swiss students. The model features a 1 kilowatt engine, about 4 feet long, and has a cruising speed of 31 miles per hour in the air. Underwater, the drone can swim at 6.8 miles per hour, and during tests, it was able to dive to a depth of 16.4 feet. However, there are complications. Underwater, the charge will last 8 minutes, and in the air, only 4. However, this innovation may well inspire other teams around the world. This project is so cool that it made the cover of the iconic Time magazine. And not just because it looks pretty, but for being one of the best inventions of 2022. So, what does it do? The Esper Hand is a smart prosthetic hand that weighs about 0.8 pounds. It has 288 unique elements made of plastic, metal and silicon. The main feature is the neurocomputer interface. The sensors see not only muscle activity, but also brain impulses. Thanks to this, the hand is 3 times more comfortable to control and gradually learns with the help of machine learning technology, eventually making the owner's life even more comfortable. This is probably why the project attracted about $3 million in investments. The life of utility and road workers is also gradually getting easier, thanks to these robots. The little white one can inspect pipelines, as well as seal joints and repair leaks. And the big yellow one sweeps the streets, digs holes, saws, and does other jobs. If you want, you can even have a lightsaber duel with the robot, although it's not clear whether it supports the Sith or the Jedi. Additionally, the system features AIM technology for data collection, combined with machine learning. By implementing AIM, the client receives an interactive map in conjunction with the infrastructure database. The system is also available on smartphones, and it facilitates, for example, the adjustment of the work schedule by allowing you to see immediately where you need backup. A fun stat. At the end of 2021, the market for AR and VR gadgets amounted to about $29.5 billion. Part of it was taken by the Recon company, which has shown these goggles, comparable in power to a personal computer. The compact case contains a 1 GHz dual-core processor, 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal memory, and a battery that provides up to 5 hours of work. The micro LCD display of 428 by 240 pixels feels like a 30-inch monitor, according to the description. Of course, the goggles support GPS, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. They work in any weather and are designed to be used with gloves on. Interestingly, Recon was eventually bought by Intel, but the development did not go well with the general public, so the project was scrapped. But people who ordered the goggles will get their pair anyway. Have you ever wondered what the world will look like in the distant future? Spaceships and architectural marvels are cool and all, but we'd also like to believe that there will still be trees on the planet. That's why the ALIVEFORM team set themselves an ambitious goal to anticipate the future of design, setting eco-trends at the intersection between nature and science. A striking example of ALIVEFORM's work is these shoes. They're made using a 3D printer. However, they're not just printed, but partially grown. The pros are enormous. There is no production waste. The shoes are easily recyclable, and you can create very unusual shapes. The box is made with mycelium, which means it decomposes naturally in the soil. The team says that it takes about 25 days to make one pair. The price is $410. Where would an exoskeleton like this come in handy? The creators are sure that it can be used anywhere, from gyms to construction sites. After all, it helps you get less tired from repetitive tasks and provides support. Let's take a look at the figures. The designers say that more than 50% of the workers who tried the exoskeleton worked better. The exoskeleton also helped reduce the strain on certain muscles by about 30% and produced an interesting effect. At the same work intensity, users felt as if they had applied a quarter less effort. The model is water and dust proof, and it takes only 30 seconds to put it on or off, as the design is simple and comes with special labels. There are already buyers too. For example, an Italian logistics company has made life easier for its employees. The new standard in construction robotics. The creators of this robot write on their website, and these are not just empty words. The team has 5 years of experience and 5 international awards. The robot can mill, drill, grind, work with a formwork and plasma cutter, lay bricks, 3D print concrete, and much more. Each robot is modular, and the open platform allows to quickly set up data exchange and control the work even from a smartphone. The arm on the most advanced model extends 10.2 feet and is precise down to 0.04 inches. Plus, the team is open for collaboration. Feel free to get in touch, they write on the website. Who do you think of when it comes to space entrepreneurs? Probably Elon Musk, who frequently makes the news, but Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Galactic, is no less interesting. His company has already offered everyone to book tickets for a space flight. It works like this. A special plane takes a suborbital space plane with tourists inside to the desired altitude, and then the space plane detaches and flies on its own. Branson himself already tried the new technology. On July the 11th, 2021, the space plane successfully climbed more than 50 miles and allowed the crew to experience weightlessness. It was planned that during the first phase of mass space tourism, they'd send a total of 1,000 people into space, and the flights would last about 90 minutes. The price is $450,000. For those who still prefer conventional airplanes, there's good news too. There is now a system that can tow an aircraft, which means that its engines can be turned off. This will result in huge savings. Of all of the fuel the planes consume, taxiing takes about 5%, which is thousands of gallons every day. The idea sounds like this. After landing, the dolly will come along the tunnel to the nose gear. It picks the strut and automatically tows the plane to where it needs to go. Everything will be powered by electricity, requiring a network of tunnels 31.5 inches deep and 47.2 inches wide. The smart system will control the towing routes and will not make mistakes, even in difficult weather conditions. Besides, there will be less harmful emissions. On the screen, you can see a robot spider made in Japan for sewer maintenance. The fact is that this job is dangerous and demanding, so there's a shortage of employees, and there are about 304,472 miles of sewage pipes in Japan, so apparently robots will have to take care of them. The robots can work alone or in groups of 3. This makes it possible to carry out repairs immediately. The camera gives a 360-degree view. The control resembles a computer game and is intuitive. The robot weighs about 7.7 pounds and measures 28.3 by 9.8 by 11 inches. The versatile platform allows upgrades, such as adding a robot arm. Here's another robotic hand, this time reminiscent of Terminator. After all, the designers made not only the muscles, but also the skin, and worked hard on the bones. And that's not all. The company plans to create an android. The team chose very unconventional solutions for the development of the hand. For example, the muscles look like tubes filled with special balls that have liquid inside. If a current is applied, the liquid will boil, thereby enlarging the balls and allowing the muscle to contract. The Hand also features 27 degrees of freedom, common materials, and a super cheap method of creating bones. At the moment, the team is taking pre-orders, and notes that the product can be used in chemical plants, laboratories, and space. This is a simple but useful tool. This sifting shovel will come in handy not only for gardeners and utility workers, but also for baseball field caretakers. Given that baseball is played in more than 120 countries around the world, the idea is not only interesting, but also potentially very profitable. This product costs $109. It's a one-piece design with a fiberglass reinforced core. The handle's 27 inches long, the bucket size is 5.5 by 6.7 inches, and the shovel weighs 4 pounds. Once the area is cleaned of debris, rocks, and more, it will not only be cleaner, but also safer. But it does raise the question, wouldn't it be cheaper to buy a regular shovel and drill holes in it? A fun stat. Are you familiar with the term vermiculture? The idea is quite simple. People cultivate worms in a special environment to produce an organic fertilizer called vermicompost. It can be used to increase the yield of greenhouse cucumbers and tomatoes by 30 to 40%, so the production of vermicompost can turn into a business. On the screen you can see a special harvester that helps collect earthworms. The collection rate is about 50 pounds of worms per hour, meaning it's possible to collect more than 400 pounds in a workday. The design is easy to maintain, with gasoline, electric and gas options available, a reasonable and economic alternative to manual collection, the manufacturer believes.